Juneteenth is, in Milwaukee, actually probably one of the biggest Juneteenths in the country. And maybe one of the longest running public celebrations, festivals, acknowledging Juneteenth in the country. That education of what the story and the history and the value of Juneteenth is not something that's shared or celebrated enough in general public education or even community education or families. So a lot of people don't know what that is, literally don't know what that street celebration is about. But also what it is one of the only street celebrations that African Americans have in a community of that capacity. They can't necessarily, especially the youth. Juneteenth is a youth festival ultimately, because the community in that area is just a high population of young people. There's not a lot of festivals and street block parties, even though in the city of Milwaukee that's a huge culture. A lot of those young people don't feel welcome in those other places. So that's a place where they can come and be themselves and feel welcomed by each other, see their friends. And that's a highlight of the summer for a lot of young people in our community, because they don't have other opportunities to be able to be recognized or to be on stage or to be celebrated in that way. So I've been involved in helping to create platforms at Juneteenth where young people can be on stage and perform, and I've performed at Juneteenth. I've helped to support crowd control at Juneteenth. It's just unfortunate the way that it's not invested in. It's one of those things that happens, but it's kind of a shoestring, low budget street block party. You know, it's not like a big festival in Milwaukee, the city of festivals. It's not something that has grown. It's actually shrank over the years. It's gotten smaller and smaller. And not because our population is smaller and smaller, but it's because there's no investment in that. It'd be interesting to do like the backstory of the police at Juneteenth though. How are they prepped? Why are they on buildings with machine guns? What are they told before they start their day that day about how they control the crowd and disperse the crowd at the end? If you stay to the end of Juneteenth and you see how the crowd is dispersed at Juneteenth, you'll see something very unique in this city of festivals. No other street festivals, no other block parties, no matter what side of the street you go on, have this level of occupation and police intimidation and the aggressiveness that comes along with that. And you're talking, for the majority, youngsters at this festival. In the early part of the day, it's a lot of elders and adults that come out, but they leave fairly early because of the heavy police presence and because there's a lot of unsupervised young people. When you have unsupervised young people, you're gonna have incidents. I don't care what population you're in. You put a bunch of 8th graders and you let them free, you're gonna have some issues. But it's an interesting dynamic. I've sat back and just watched Juneteenth. I've also been a vendor at Juneteenth and did extremely well being able to have that sort of cultural marketplace is so critical because a lot of our people are priced out of those other street festivals and these other markets and opportunities to vend and sell their wares and to trade their goods. So it's a great opportunity. It's a huge celebration. It's awesome. I love it. If you want to see 50,000 black people in the streets, that's where you go.